Well,
if he is one.
another person that may owe an apology is Azealia Banks. I doubt she's going to give it, but she's now saying that Nicki Minaj does cocaine. This is crazy when one person that I don't like fights with another person that don't like me. It's like, where do I find my place in all this? I'm just kind of on the outside laughing at it all. Well, last week, Nicki Minaj, she went live to announce that her 2009 release mixtape, Beam Me Up Scotty, was headed to streaming platforms, which, I mean, it made the Barbs go crazy, which is kind of crazy because those are already crazy. Well, the Barbs went bananas, but after her live, the mixtape wasn't the only thing that people were talking about. Fans were calling out her constant sniffling during the broadcast, which left them to think that she was on cocaine. This was a video of that.
Drake, type because I'm adding you. You can't run away. You've already shown yourself. And it's moving. It's so many people that I can't even pinpoint it. And this happened. This always happened, child.
Yeah, that's a lie. He's not even commenting.
I mean, maybe it was cold where she was at.
I watched it because the whole internet was waiting for her at like right before the stroke of midnight. And I will say, for the first 10 minutes that was happening, I was concerned. I have allergies, but I was concerned. But once I heard her response, not her response, but at some point she said, if I'm sniffling, it's because somebody sent me some beautiful flowers that had me sobbing. And then I went from being concerned to being touched because her father just died a month and a half ago or so. And if somebody sent her a really heartfelt condolence message right before
she was not crying for that. She was not
it
crying.
was her daddy. Come on, Jason. I believed her.
A month and a half before this video, her father died. You think she was still crying about that?
The flower. Well, yeah.
Anyway, I don't even want to hear from. If we were on Bigo, this is what I would say. I don't want to hear from box number one. Damage. Go ahead. What you think?
This is how I feel. In the hip hop community, do we care if you use drugs or do we not? Like, why? If she was on coke, why does it matter? Why does it matter? We hear people rapping about doing pills. We hear people rapping about sipping lean. If she was to be, why is it any of our business?
And then they all die. That's why we care.
No, they didn't all die, Jason. They're still rapping about it and they're still doing it. So it's kind of like, if she was, why are y'all minding her business? Let her do her drugs in peace, like y'all let other people do their drugs in peace.
No, but those other people are men though. Women are not allowed to do hard drugs in hip hop.
No, we're not gonna say there's a double standard. If you're a cokehead, you're a cokehead. Let me say, I don't know that Nicki Minaj was doing coke. I'm gonna go a step further and say I don't believe Nicki Minaj was doing coke right before she was going live with millions of people. Do I think she's a little bit more lighter skinned than she was last season? Yes. I'm more concerned about the bleaching of the skin or the lighting that's blowing her out. She looked like she could have been the third white chicks. The other thing I will say though is that it looks like her nose has been done, and I think that because she may have had too much surgery done to her nose, I know. I want to say this, but I'm going to say it. Nicki Baby from Love and Hip Hop. She's had a lot of work done. She's been on the show where she said it. She's had over $100,000 in surgeries. She's had her nose done, and she has that same thing. Damn, I probably shouldn't have said that because now they're gonna say it's not.
No, well, I have a friend.
Nicki Baby has that.
I forgot the name. I forgot what it's actually called. My friend has it where she has to get the surgery every few years because it's a nonstop
deviated septum. It's called a deviated septum.
There you
it's
go.
It's the number one excuse, though. It's the number one excuse for plastic surgery.
Now, I will say, if Nicki Minaj is on cocaine, it would make sense why she's so crazy, or why in the past she's been so crazy, erratic. Her attitude, gaslighting the Barbs to be terrorists, attacking young female rappers, attacking any like it would make sense why she's been behaved that way. I would love to see her do a CVS drug test live on air, but I would want it administered by Judge Judy because that's the only bitch that's going to have the courage to tell Nicki Minaj you're guilty of cocaine consumption. Now, I will tell you the other thing that was sad to me was, and I'm going to do a full review of the record that she has out on Bigo, but I will tell you, and I'm going to be honest too, by the way. I will say this though. she didn't really have confidence. When I looked at her, she didn't really have confidence. Now, Azealia Banks had a lot to say about her, and she also said that
What
I'm
happened?
I'm so nervous when he
Wait,
gets like this. I'm scared. What did Azealia Banks say that has Jason Lee at a loss for words? That
hold
whole
on.
sentence is a fail.
She also said that CPS should take her kid away from her.
Uh-uh.
And that's where it went too far. Like, all right,
Uh-uh.
all
Look,
right.
I didn't say it. This is what she said.
Yes, we need an intervention on Miss Nicki Minaj. That sniffling. I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that. Crying, emotional, like, sis. And I know from experience, okay? I know from experience, sis. No, we got to get that together. No, remove the child from the home. That was very inappropriate.
Now, I can tell you, I've had a lot to say about Nicki Minaj over the years. I have been very critical of her music. I've been very critical of her behavior. I've been very critical of her choices. I've been very critical of her brother who molests children, underage people. But I will say this: I'm not gonna go that low, and I would say that it's wrong to throw people's children in the mix. I think Nicki took the necessary time away to be with her child, to be with her husband. She hasn't been on the internet, at least that I've seen, and I'm just saying that I haven't seen this creating problems. Well, she did block Young Miami, but they trying to figure that out. Other than that, I think everything with Nicki is on the table except for her children, and I think her deceased family. I think her deceased family and her children should just be left alone. I think that's low, and this is coming from a woman who digs up dead animals and plays with chicken bones and told Nick Cannon that she hopes he dies from lupus. Like, Azealia, you do know when you die, girl, they gonna be dancing in Harlem. Just letting you know.
Yeah, you leave people kids out of it, and then this is all based on something you're assuming. Let it go. Like that, some stuff is going too far. I agree.
Did y'all notice that she low-key admitted that she does coke? Am I the only one who heard that part?
She didn't low key. She said, I know.
She said it.
Yeah, like, sis, you just dragged. I think we need to worry about you. Worry about your nose candy that has been confirmed,
But
and
that
not
goes
talk
back
about
to
this lady's
Damage.
kid.
That goes back to what Damage said. Like, we live in Hollywood. We go to the clubs. Everybody, I'm not doing it. I lost this weight in weeks.
Exactly.
Not
I'm
everybody.
a lot of people, celebrities, honey, these celebrities is out here all day
Yes, they
long.
are.
And when I tell you, it's literally, you go to the bar to do two things: order you a Tito's tonic and lime juice, and have a good time. These girls will stay up for 3 days in a row in LA. I'm in bed by 10:30, 11. So unless I'm on Bigo. But let's keep it 1,000. I think to what Damage said earlier, we do live in a city and work in an industry where doing cocaine or doing drugs, unfortunately, is normal.
Nicki Minaj just had a baby. She just had a baby, and I think this is the part of all this that's it's crazy to me that people are not sitting with that part. She's a new mom. If she seems softer, a little tired, a little confused, sniffling because she's cold and had an emotional reaction, that's what new motherhood does to women. As the person on the panel with hormones, she's a new mom. So I just see this as new motherhood. For once, I'm actually defending Nicki Minaj.
My mother was smoking crack during her last pregnancy.
Oh my God. I give up, ladies. I tried.
Just saying.
But that's the question I want to ask both of y'all. Is there a hierarchy of drug use? Like, we hear people rap about doing pills.
Yes.
Like, Damage, crack is whack.
Right.
Crack is whack. Okay.
We judge crack a lot.
Cocaine, pills, and lean. What's the difference? So it's like, oh, she might be on coke, but your other favorite rapper raps about mixing two pills together, and that's fine. If she was, why is it a big deal?
Well, I think the reason why it's a big deal is because all those other rappers are walking around with their lean cups. Meanwhile, Nicki Minaj, who was recently accused of doing cocaine, she posted a video, and this is what she said.
I have never, ever in my life, with my hand to Jesus Christ, and y'all know how I feel about my Lord and Savior, never in my life, ever, not even once, sniffed coke. Ever. Since I was a kid, I get cold. Like, and when I used to wear contacts, that would trigger my allergies. I'm always just colder than everyone else.
Now, she may have a nose problem. She may have a nose problem. I don't know that she's doing cocaine. Her nose did look smaller than it has in the past. And by the way, I don't know if you caught this, but it looked like she was on Snapchat with a Megan Thee Stallion filter over her face because she kind of looked like Megan Thee Stallion now.
It was a filter, yeah. She kept on saying, "Don't touch my face because the filter will fall off." So it was definitely a filter.
Oh, it was, okay. What's it good? Anyway,
Look, I don't think Nicki does it, but if
Me
she
either.
did, it's like, why is it such a big deal?
Damage,
That's
to
what I'm
answer
saying.
your question though, let's be really honest. Weed and popping a couple of addies and maybe even a shroom or two is a very different lean than lean and being known as the lean rapper. Rappers who do that, it's actually a caricature that they're known for. Nicki's not that caricature, so it does actually impact her. It does. It's different.
And I hear you. And I'm not talking about shrooms. I'm talking about big pills.
yeah, but I mean,
Some they rapping about is
listen,
big pills.
I kind of agree with Damage. I think at the end of the day, like, well, I'll say this: it's a big deal if you're doing drugs and you are out here acting as a commercial brand and wanting young people to consume what you do. We know that young people follow trends. We know that there's been a wave of people when they were huffing, they follow celebrities huffing, leaning. They're all leaning.